Hello, everyone, and welcome to Rockford, Illinois, as we are live for the third of 4 times the Woodchucks will be playing the Rockford Rivets this season. It was a 1-1 split earlier on back at Athletic Park when the Rivets came up north. This time the Woodchucks head south. Will Charlton with you tonight on the Woodchucks Baseball Network. Happy to have you listening, as we are just about to get underway here at Rockford Stadium in Rockford, Illinois, as the Rivets have taken the field on defense. The Woodchucks coming off that 8-3 win over the Battle Creek Battlejacks yesterday. That game where it was tied up at 3 going into the bottom of the 8th inning. And the Woodchucks would put up 5 before rain would cancel the rest of the game. So the Woodchucks come into this one, had a record of 28-23, 8-8 in the second half of the Northwoods League. The Rockford Rivets, 31-21 overall, with a second half record of 11-7. That is best for second in, or good for second in the Great Lakes East. The Woodchucks currently tied for second in the Great Lakes West. So a couple of second place teams going at it. As let's see who is out there for the recent sweeping of Traverse City Rockford Rivets. On defense, in the outfield, it's Khalil Walker in left, Dustin Allen in center, Braden Duhan in right field. In the infield, it's Matt Mebin at third, R.J. Carver at first. Up the middle, Nick DeMarco at shortstop, and then it's Wyatt Morgan at second base. Behind the plate is Jace Reinhardt, and then it's Chris Gaudio on the mound for the Rockford Rivets, the Santa Clara University product from Scottsdale, Arizona. Gaudio starting and appearing in his third game this season. Comes in with a 1-flat ERA. And his first pitch to Dalton Pearson is ripped into left field. 1 pitch, 1 hit, and the Woodchucks start their offense early. First time Dalton Pearson has played since Sunday in Green Bay. And he comes back with a bang. Pearson now with 54 hits on the season. One of the better leadoff hitters in the entire Northwoods League, and he gets the offense started for the Woodchucks. As now with Pearson on, that brings up Anthony McFarland, the California Riverside product. And the rest of the batting order for the Woodchucks tonight after McFarland is Brent Witter, Colin Brigham, Mike McGinnis, Andrew Jimenez, Jake Baker, Matt McGann, and then it'll be Evan Funkhauser, a new Woodchuck batting in the 9-hole. He's also playing second base tonight, and we'll talk about him when he comes up to bat for the first time. Anthony McFarland. That one in there for strike 1. McFarland, the Moreno Valley, California native. 1-1 from Gaudio. Inside, and that clipped his inside shoulder. So McFarland is going to reach on a hit by pitch, and that is the first 2 base runners of the game on the board and on base for the Woodchucks. Starting off in a pretty good way. A leadoff single for Dalton Pearson, a hit by pitch to Anthony McFarland. But now we can finish up the rest of Gaudio's stat line. He's 0-1. Like mentioned, a 1-flat ERA, a whip, walks and hits per innings pitched of 1.33, an opposing batting average of 200. He has 9 full innings under his belt. He's allowed 6 hits, 4 runs, 1 earned coming into this one. Has walked 6 and struck out 2. Soft hit by Brent Witter in the infield, and Matt Mebin won't pick it up at third base. The bases are loaded as Brent Witter put a bunt down. So that's the second hit already in the inning for the Woodchucks. And the bases are loaded for Colin Brigham. And in pregame during BP, he was really taking advantage of that small right field wall here at Rockford Rivet Stadium. First pitch off speed from Gaudio in there for strike 1 to Brigham, the 6'6" first baseman from Oklahoma State University. Back in his home state. He's from Southern Illinois, Smithton, Illinois originally. But now up here in North Central Illinois, as Brigham hits one down the left field line, but it goes foul into the bullpen area of the Rockford Rivets. So that'll be strike one. As I have to go get that ball from that area over there. The Woodchucks were on a 3-game losing streak before winning last night against Battle Creek, breaking that losing streak that came after a 4-game win streak. So now the Woodchucks are looking to string together a couple of wins here in Rockford and keep the winning ways going. Brigham fouls off the 2-1. Brigham this season for the Woodchucks, now playing in his 29th and starting his 29th game, batting .333, 38 hits on the season, 11 doubles, 4 home runs, 26 RBIs, has been walked 13 times, and has scored 21 runs. The right-handed Gaudio, with bases loaded and Brigham stays alive. Brigham was hitless, or was not hitless. He was 2 for 4 last night, actually, against Battle Creek. A couple of singles, and then an RBI, but that is a punch out for Chris Gaudio as Brigham takes it down the middle. And he is retired. So that is out number 1 here in the first inning, as Brigham is down. And still with bases loaded comes to the plate a really hot hitter recently in Mike McGinnis, the Georgia State Panther from Noonan, Georgia. Mike McGinnis, who had 4 hits, yes, 4 yesterday, 3 singles and a double. The double being what scored one of the 5 runs in the 8th against Battle Creek last night. A 3 RBI night and a 4-hit night for McGinnis. His best game from the plate all season long so far. And the 0-1 from Gaudio after McGinnis fouled off the first pitch. And now 1-1 between Gaudio and McGinnis. Bases still loaded, and McGinnis fouls off the 1-1. Woodchucks have a great chance to strike early. But now the 1-2. Gaudio. McGinnis, it's on the ground. This could be a double play, and it's not. McGinnis is called safe at first base, so that means the Woodchucks are going to be in front. McGinnis put a chopper down in the infield. As coming home is Dalton Pearson, and it's 1-0 Wausau. So McGinnis reaches on fielder's choice. And Brent Witter is put out at second base. That brings up Andrew Jimenez with runners on the corners. He had his first 2 hits of the summer yesterday against Battle Creek. Takes first pitch, low fastball. Jimenez from South Elgin, Illinois, so pretty close to home, actually, for Andrew Jimenez. Just about another 30 minutes down I-90. And the fastball from Gaudio clips the low outside corner for strike 1. Jimenez now only playing in his 4th game as a Woodchuck, batting .200. Like mentioned, 2 hits, his first 2 coming yesterday as a single and a double against the Battle Creek Battlejacks. And Jimenez puts this one into right field. RBI single that gets underneath the glove of Duhan. And he will be into second base. RBI single for Andrew Jimenez that ends up with him being at second base. And it's 2-0 Wausau. That's now the third hit in the last 4 at-bats for Jimenez. So an error by Duhan puts runners at second and third. And that brings up the Kansas Jayhawk, Jake Baker. Baker now playing in his 24th game, starting his 23rd for the Woodchucks, batting .230. Has a chance to extend this Wausau lead as he takes on the outside curveball. 17 hits, 3 doubles, 1 home run, 9 RBIs, 11 runs scored, 16 walks, but was 0 for 4 last night against the Battle Creek Battlejacks, a team of the Rivets are very used to seeing. In fact, the Rivets this past weekend swept Battle Creek, won both games at MCCU Field in Battle Creek, Michigan, taking down the Battlejacks by scores of 3-1 and 16-2. Big reason why the Rivets are 11-7 in the second half so far. As Baker, that is into the glove of Wyatt Morgan at second base, and he has grounded out for out number 3. But the Woodchucks strike early, and they are giving a 2-run lead to starting pitcher Chandler Freeman, who we will announce when we come back for the bottom of the first here on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet. Track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan. Offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just one line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
The Woodchucks have taken the field on defense. Let's see who's out there tonight for them. In the outfield, it's Mike McGinnis in left, Dalton Pearson in center, and Jake Baker in right. On the corners in the infield is Anthony McFarland at third base and Colin Brigham at first. Up the middle, you got Brett Witter at shortstop, and then the new Woodchuck, Evan Funkhauser at second base. Behind the dish is the Albion College product, Matt McGann, and on the mound is the Baylor Bear, Chandler Freeman, who's making his second start of the summer. Freeman, the Burnett, Texas native who transferred from Dallas Baptist to Baylor. He's now making his 4th overall appearance and second start. Has a 14.4 earned run average, a 2.4 walks and hits per innings pitched rate. Has gone 5 full innings of work. Has struck out 5, allowed 8 hits, 9 runs, 8 earned. Has walked 4 and has an opposing batting average of .348. And he's first facing off against the left-handed batting right fielder from McNeese State University, Braden Duhan, a guy the Woodchucks saw twice already this year when the Rivets came to Athletic Park. Freeman, the right-hander, his first pitch to Duhan is in there for strike 1 on the fastball. And I will say Duhan has quite the mustache. Freeman, the 0-1 to Duhan. And another fastball for strike two. So quickly up at the count is Chandler Freeman to Braden Duhan. Duhan, a very good leadoff batter for the Rivets. In 43 games played, comes in batting .314 with 49 hits. So averages just over a hit per game. But the 0-2 just misses outside from Freeman on another fastball. So now the count is 1-2. Duhan, a part of his 49 hits, has 5 doubles, 2 triples, and also has driven in 32 runs. He's walked 26 times and has scored 30 runs. Freeman, 1-2. And it's an off-speed. Duhan swings through it, and Chandler Freeman picks up a first strikeout here against the first batter faced. So now coming up for Rockford will be Dustin Allen, who is playing center field tonight. Dustin Allen, University of San Diego product. And he takes first pitch outside on the off-speed by Chandler Freeman. And Freeman, who last started at home against the Lakeshore Chinooks, he started that game where the Woodchucks walked off the Chinooks 4-3, one of the 2 walk-off wins last Thursday and Friday night. As this one's hit down the left field line into foul territory, it goes into the Iverson Painting Pavilion here at Rockford Rivets Stadium. So it's now a 1-1 count to Dustin Allen, who comes in batting .209 in 22 games played. And Freeman just misses outside with the off-speed once again. 18 hits, 3 doubles, 1 triple, 2 home runs for Allen. 18 RBIs, 11 walks, and 14 runs scored. Total OPS of .658 this season. And he fouls off the 2-1. So Freeman will be looking for 2 up, 2 down here on this next pitch. Like mentioned, last start coming against those Lakeshore Chinooks. Did not pick up the win in that one. It was a no decision. That win was credited to Andalo Santangelo, who came in relief before the Woodchucks would walk it off, scoring 3 runs in the 9th of that game. But Freeman, 2-2 to Allen. And he swings through it. Foul tipped into the glove of Matt McGann on the curveball. And that is back-to-back strikeouts for Chandler Freeman to start off this game. He gets him on the sliding curve. One of the 5 pitches that Chandler Freeman throws. He throws a 4-seam, a 2-seam, a slider slash curveball, which is more so kind of a slurve. He also throws a cutter and a changeup. So his off-speed has been working as it was right there, but that one missed outside. Chandler Freeman looking for a 1-2-3 here in the first and keeping the Woodchucks up 2-0 into the second. First time here since 2021. As fouling off the 1-0 is the designated hitter, Bennett Eltoft. The Southern Illinois University product from Bolingbrook, Illinois. When you go down this roster, you see a lot of Illinois attached to guys who play for the Rivets. Understandably so, of course, with Rockford being in Illinois. And Freeman misses inside on the fastball. Chandler Freeman looking for his quickest inning of work so far this season, as the 2-1 is taken outside. And that is now a 3-1 count to Bennett Eltoft. But like mentioned, he went 3 full innings against the Lakeshore Chinooks last Thursday night, or Friday night rather. Allowed 3 hits, 3 runs all earned, struck out 3, and only walked 1. And the 3-1 is swung at. It's to the new Woodchuck Funkhauser at second. And he tosses it over to Colin, bring him in at first. That's a 1-2-3 inning for the Woodchucks on defense, and they make quick work of the Rockford Bats. They lead it 2-0 as the Woodchucks back up to bat to start the top of the second inning when we come back on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But one person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of one.
To buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com. Woodchucks lead it 2-0 into the top of the second inning. Here at Rockford Rivets Stadium, it is Matt McGann leading it off for the Woodchucks against Chris Gaudio. McGann, the Sterling Heights, Michigan native, the Albion College product, now playing his 10th game and starting his 10th as a Woodchuck, catching tonight for Chandler Freeman behind the mound, or behind the home plate, rather. He's batting .250, 7 hits, 2 doubles, 1 RBI, a couple of walks, a run, a stolen base, and has not played since Game 1 against Battle Creek in the doubleheader on Tuesday. Both of those games being losses for the Woodchucks. 1-1 as McGann puts this one on the ground. It is to Nick DeMarco at shortstop, and he is thrown out at first base. As this play to R.J. Carver in time. And that is out number one quickly here in the second, much quicker than in the first. As that brings up the new Woodchuck, Evan Funkhauser, the Edwardsville, Illinois native, and the soon-to-be Lindenwood Lion, transferring from St. Charles Community College, playing in his first game in the Northwoods League of his baseball career. This past year at St. Charles Community College, he played in 48 games, batted .226, 30 hits, 9 doubles, 2 home runs, 22 RBIs, and 26 walks. He has taking the first couple pitches, 4 balls from Chris Gaudio as the top of the order, and Dalton Pearson is up next on deck. And Gaudio throws fastball that's fouled off by Funkhauser, who last made an appearance against the Kalamazoo Growlers on July 13th, exactly a week ago tonight, as Gaudio went 5 full in a 9-8 win, picked up a no decision, but only allowed 3 hits, 1 run. It was earned to that very good Kalamazoo team, who was starting off the second half in a fantastic way as Funkhauser takes strike 2. And now it's a 2-2 count between himself and Gaudio, but he only allowed 4 walks and struck out 1 in 5 full innings of work. As now the payoff pitch between Gaudio and Funkhauser, and he stays alive. Funkhauser looking to get on base in his first at-bat as a Woodchuck. Payoff once again. And Funkhauser just trying to fight through this at-bat, and he continues to stay alive. He fouls it off for a third time now. As Funkhauser looking to be the first base runner of the inning for Wausau. And Gaudio, the pitch again, and Funkhauser still stays alive. So Funkhauser, if he's able to get on base, this will be a very impressive at-bat. As Gaudio ready for the 3-2 for a fourth time, but Funkhauser is down swinging as he ends up not getting the better of the at-bat, and that's 2 up, 2 down here in the second for Chris Gaudio. And that brings up Dalton Pearson for a second time. The one pitch he saw, he sent into left field. His 54th hit of the season. The Johns Creek, Georgia native, soon to be Cincinnati Bearcat, transferring from Georgia State to Cincinnati. As he fouls off the first pitch, has had the last 3 games off. As he is visibly in a little bit of discomfort after fouling off the first pitch off his leg. But now playing in his 38th game, starting his 37th, he's batting .358 coming in. 54 hits now, which came in being tied for second in the Northwoods League with 53. Or tied for third in the Northwoods League, that is. And is one of 7 batters in the league with 50 or more hits. As he's trying to walk it off and see if he'll be able to continue the at-bat. But he also has 14 doubles, which is a team best, and also is third in the league. He has 1 triple, 5 home runs, which is tied for first on the team. He's driven in 31 runs, has been walked 21 times, has scored 42, and has stolen 16 bases as he's trying to shake off the foul ball. And it looks like he has given the okay and the green light to field manager Brock Moss. So Pearson will come back to the at-bat with an 0-1 count. Currently now on an 11-game on-base streak and an 8-game hit streak for Dalton. One of the better hitters and players overall in the entire Northwoods League will be representing the Woodchucks in the Home Run Derby and the All-Star Game on Monday and Tuesday night in Traverse City. And he fouls off the 0-1, so it's now 0-2 between himself and Chris Gaudio. He's looking to avoid a 1-2-3 here and keep the inning alive for Wausau. 0-2. And Gaudio gets Pearson to swing through it as he is limping back to the dugout. We'll have to keep an eye on that. But that is a 1-2-3 inning, and that puts us into the bottom of the second. Woodchucks still 2-0 as Chandler Freeman heads back out there when we come back on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But one person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of one.
To buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website,
His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
Bottom of the second inning. As leading off for Rockford will be Nick DeMarco, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Nick DeMarco, the shortstop today, fouls off the first pitch fastball from Chandler Freeman. DeMarco from St. Charles, Illinois, which also not very far from here in Rockford at all. So playing pretty close to home here this summer with the Rivets. As Freeman 0-1, DeMarco thought about bunt, but then pulled it back as Freeman missed outside. As the Rivets are still looking for their first base runner of the game. 1-1, and DeMarco fouls it off. The Rockford Rivets, currently winners of their last 4 games, have swept the likes of Battle Creek and Traverse City in back-to-back 2-game sets. Traverse City went down in walk-off fashion against the Rivets last night. The Rivets put up 3 in the 9th to walk off the Pit Spitters. As DeMarco pops this one in the field of play, and making the grab against the wall is Colin Brigham. In foul territory, had to kind of reach his glove around the dugout, it looked like, of the Woodchucks, but the ball falls into his glove. And that is a foul out for Nick DeMarco. And Freeman has retired the first 4 batters he's faced off against. Coming to the plate now is R.J. Carver, the Texas A&M Corpus Christi product. And Freeman misses low and outside. A little Texas battle here between Baylor and Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Freeman against Carver. And Freeman misses outside on the 1-0. So that makes it a 2-0 count. R.J. Carver has taken a third ball. And now Freeman is 1 ball away from giving up his first base runner of the game to R.J. Carver. The first baseman tonight for the Rivets. Freeman 3-0. And that one misses high and outside. That's a 4-pitch walk to Carver. And that is the first base runner for the Rockford Rivets tonight. As that brings up the third baseman from Georgia College, Matt Mebane. South Georgia State College, that is. He's from Dublin, Georgia, Matt Mebane. Batting in the 6-hole tonight as he takes first pitch inside fastball from Freeman. Now playing in his 48th game, Mebane is. And through 47, he's batting .246, 43 hits, 9 doubles, 2 home runs. Has driven in 36 runs. Has been walked 25 times as Freeman looking to find his spot here. And he still hasn't. And there's now 6 pitches in a row he's missed on. 2-0 count between Freeman and Mebane. And there's really no reason to swing at this pitch. Unless if it is right down Broadway. And it is not. It is inside on the fastball. Another 3-0 count as Freeman is risking allowing back-to-back 4-pitch walks. 3-0 between Freeman and Mebane. Freeman misses inside. That's back-to-back 4-pitch walks as Matt McGann is going to call time and go chat it over with the right-hander. But going back to the season series before, it was the Woodchucks winning 12-1 in game 1 of this 4-game season series. And then it was the Rivets responding nicely, winning 9-5. In game 2. So they split the 2 games at Athletic Park, I should say. Those were games 17 and 18 of the season for the Woodchucks, and now they're meeting for games 52 and 53 of the season. So now that brings up Wyatt Morgan, the second baseman. Missouri Southern State University from Lenexa, Kansas. Wyatt Morgan. Who is now playing in his 11th game as a Rockford Rivet, batting .219. Freeman 1-0. Misses low. He has thrown 10 straight balls. After allowing no base runners in the first 4 batters faced, he retired all 4, has allowed back-to-back, and has not thrown a strike since the last pitch to Nick DeMarco. And he finds his spot at strike 1. So now 2-1 count between Freeman and Wyatt Morgan. 7 hits on the season in 10 games for Morgan. A couple of doubles in those 7 hits. 2-1. Freeman outside on the fastball. He also has 6 RBIs and has been walked 6 times as Wyatt Morgan rather. He's looking to be the 3rd straight base runner for the Rivets, only 1 out. Freeman 3-1. Low and outside, and that is another walk. The past 13 pitches have loaded the bases as Ross Davis, the pitching coach, is going to come out there and talk it over with Freeman, the right-hander, who has missed on 12 of his last 13 pitches. All 3 base runners have been off walk as the Rivets have a chance to now get their first runs of the night with Jace Reinhardt coming to the plate in just a second. Freeman or is 9-4 against the Rivets in game 18, not 9-5, 9-4. So the Rivets won that one by 5 runs at Athletic Park. But Freeman came into this one with 4 walks in 3 appearances and already has 3 in this inning. And he's facing off against the right-handed batting Jace Reinhardt, and he misses again on another pitch. Brock Moss was hoping for 3, maybe 4 from Freeman. And now he has himself in a big jam here in the second. Bases loaded, only 1 out, and a 1-0 count to Jace Reinhardt. Make that 2-0. Jace Reinhardt, the catcher tonight from South Carolina Upstate University. Freeman misses high and inside. And that is ball 3. 1 ball away from walking in the first run of the game for the Rockford Rivets. 3-0. Strike one. Jace Reinhardt, 13 games played so far this season, batting 146, 6 hits, 1 double, has 8 RBIs, 5 walks, 5 runs scored, and is 1 ball away from picking up a 9th RBI. 3-1, and that is inside on the off-speed pitch. So that's 4 straight walks, and Jace Reinhardt drives in RJ Carver. Four straight walks. Bases stay loaded, and it's 2-1 Wausau now with Khalil Walker coming to the plate. The 9-hitter and the left-handed batter from the University of New Mexico. Khalil Walker now playing in his 38th game for Rockford and comes in batting .279 with 26 RBIs. Has a chance to put Rockford in front with a hit. 0-1 from Freeman. And he misses again. Freeman has allowed 4 straight walks, and there's still not a hit allowed yet. 1-1 to Walker. Walker hits this one into the stands along left field. So it'll be 1-2 on the next pitch as Walker is looking to tie or take the lead for Rockford with the swing of the bat. Top of the order, and Braden Duhan is on deck for the Rivets. Freeman, 1-2. And that hit the leg of Khalil Walker, and the game is tied. An RBI hit by pitch. The last 5 base runners for Rockford have reached on non-hits, 4 walks, and now a hit by pitch. As it looks like the Woodchucks are going to start warming up an arm in the bullpen. With now 5 straight base runners allowed, the game is tied, and Braden Duhan steps to the plate with a chance to give Rockford the lead with only 1 out. Duhan, McNeese State product. 49 hits in 43 games played coming into today. And he takes the fastball for strike 1. Looks like warming up in the pen is Brock Turkington for the Woodchucks. As this game is already tied. And Duhan is looking to put Rockford in front. 1-1. Low and outside on the breaking ball. Two-one count to Braden Duhan, who was struck out swinging. One of 2 strikeouts that Freeman had in the 1-2-3 inning of the first. 2-1 to Duhan. And Duhan puts one in the air. Brent Witter from shortstop's going over there, and that is a big second out for the Woodchucks, as not being able to tag up from third is Wyatt Morgan. A pop out for out number 2. And that is the first batter retired since the first batter in the inning for Chandler Freeman. As that brings up Dustin Allen, the center fielder, for a second time. He was also struck out swinging in the first inning against Chandler Freeman. And he needs a hit or a reach on base to keep the inning going. And if he does get on base, Rockford will definitely at least score 1 run. As, of course, with bases loaded, if you get on base, that is the way that works. Freeman 0-1 to Allen. Bases still loaded. And his breaking ball misses low. 1-1 as Dustin Allen is looking to put the Rivets in front. Freeman misses low again, this time on the off speed. Going to the changeup there. 2-1 between Freeman and Dustin Allen. Wyatt Morgan on third, Jace Reinhardt at second, Khalil Walker on first. And Freeman misses again. It's a 3-1 count now, and one more ball will bring in the leading run for the Rivets. Freeman in a tough spot right now. 3-1, 2 outs. The right-hander's delivery is fouled off. And that is pitch number 35 of the inning for Chandler Freeman. He is done. He will be done. He'll have to come out of the game regardless after this inning. And I'm pretty sure based off how it was going, that was already decided by Brock Moss, regardless of pitch count. As he is looking to at least avoid...
Don't bark. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
Wisconsin. And has only walked one batter. He also has an opposing batting average of .346. As his fastball is an elevated one that is in there for strike 2. As Carver pitch that 2 outs now here in the third. So that brings up for the Rockford Rivets. 1-0 to Mebane, the right-handed batter. And Mebane takes outside on the fastball. So now 2-1. 2 runs and had a stolen base. Hit the second base. The way to second, and then Rivets have their first hit as Jake Baker has played against the wall, and Reinhardt is going to be into second with a leadoff Baker. Leadoff double for Jace Reinhardt. First hit of the game for the Rockford Rivets. As heading to third is Jace Reinhardt, and he is sliding in safely as McFarland didn't lay the tag on anyway, but if he did, he dropped the ball, so it wouldn't have mattered. So that is an advance on a wild pitch for Jace Reinhardt to third. Winners of 4 straight. Like mentioned, they were trailing by they're trailing 3. The most west team there is in the Great Lakes East. In fact, they're more west than Lakeshore is. And Lakeshore plays in the Great Lakes West, obviously. 3-1. And that one misses high, so that puts runners on the corners with no outs. And Rockford is looking to get a little offense working here in the bottom of the 4th. All-stars on this Rockford Rivet team. Rightfully so, based off the stats he has put together this season. But so far, he is 0 for 2 Chandler Freeman got the better of him in both at-bats he faced off against Duhan. But now he has runners on first and third, and he is the tying run at the plate right now. 1-0 from Turkington. And his fastball hits the outside edge for strike one. Duhan a strikeout and a pop-out. And his pop-out in the second was out number 2 of 3 with bases loaded for Rockford. As he showed bump and then pulled it back as Turkington missed low with the fastball. Low and outside. Looks like about to start getting loose in the bullpen for the Woodchucks is Isaiah Piscitello. So Turkington might be seeing his outing come to an end soon. This is a ground ball. Brent Witter is looking to turn 2. The Woodchucks won't. But that'll be an RBI as... Oh, they're going to call runner's interference against Khalil Walker. So that means that Braden Duhan's going to be out at first base as well. Vinny Tornicasa, the field manager for the Rivets, is going to argue it a little bit, but they're just going to say Khalil Walker slid into the leg of Brent Witter, who was trying to turn 2 and didn't really allow him to do so. So if this does stand, that's going to be 2 outs. With the bases being empty, Rockford did score a run. That did happen for sure. As coming home was Reinhardt. It's 5-3 regardless, but it's whether or not there's 2 outs here in the fourth or 1 out and a runner on first in Braden Duhan. And it looks like Tornicasa's not going to win this argument. So yes, there is going to be outs 1 and 2 now as they're going to call runner's interference on Khalil Walker sliding. So now there's 2 outs. No runners on base, and it's actually going to keep Reinhardt at third. So no, it's still 5-2. Reinhardt stays at third because of the fact it was runner's interference. So now the Woodchucks have a chance to actually still be up 5-2 going into the 5th. So with the pitcher ready to go, Isaiah Piscitello is just starting to get loose. So this is definitely just going out there to talk to Turkington. So it's still 5-2 Woodchucks. As Reinhardt is still at third base. And Brock Moss will retreat to the Woodchucks dugout. As now it's 2-0 between Turkington and Dustin Allen, who has been struck out twice so far in the game. Turkington 2-0 is taken for strike 1 on the fastball. So now 2-1. And this one's a ground ball, and it's played by Funkhauser. And his throw is in time to Colin Brigman, so the Woodchucks end up holding the Rivets scoreless as a runner's interference kept Jace Reinhardt at third, and he ends up being stranded on the base path. It's 5-2 Woodchucks after 4 full innings of play here at Rockford Stadium, and we'll be back for the 5th when the Woodchucks are back up to bat on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet. Track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan. Offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just one line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
Andrew Jimenez leads off the inning for the Woodchucks. He puts one on the ground. It's to Nick DeMarco at shortstop, and he's not able to beat it out. So that is a first pitch swinging out for Andrew Jimenez. He's retired for the first time today, and DeMarco has been real busy at shortstop. That is now the fourth ground ball he's had to field, or fifth ground ball he's had to field, rather, and now the sixth play he's had to make in general. As Jimenez being retired for the first time brings up Jake Baker for a third time, and he is 1 for 2. He singled back in the third, a 2 RBI single for Baker as he takes the first pitch fastball strike one from Tanner Johnson, who is now into his second full inning of work. And the curveball drops in for strike two. The right-handed throwing Tanner Johnson. 6'3", 195. 0-2 to Baker is high on the off-speed. This is his longest relief appearance of the season so far, already being 1 1/3, or 1 2/3 now, rather. 1-2 to Baker. And Baker foul tips it into the glove of Chase Reinhardt, and that is the first strikeout for Tanner Johnson, and only his third strikeout overall this season. Did not have a strikeout in any of his relief appearances so far this season. A second half arm for the Rockford Rivets. As now looking to avoid a 1-2-3 coming to the plate is Matt McGann, who singled in his last at bat. And Matt McGann hitting what was his 8th hit in his last at bat. He's looking to keep the inning alive once again. He was the at bat. That definitely could have added the 5th run at the time instead of just the hold up at third by Andrew Jimenez. And McGann swings at the 2-0 and fouls it off down the left field line, or third base line, I guess that you would say, with where it was hit. So now 2-1 between the right-handed Johnson and the right-handed batting Matt McGann. The pitch, and McGann fouls it down the third base line again. So now it's 2-2. The Woodchucks did win the first game of the 2-game set back at Athletic Park, as they're looking to try and do the same thing in this 2-game set here at Rivets Stadium. 2-2, and McGann fouls it off again. The Albion College man, a guy who played and started every game that the Albion College Britons played in. He was second team All-Michigan Intercollegiate Athletic Association, All-MIAA. And he is currently on his second stint with the Woodchucks, as the 2-2 is fouled down the third base line again. He's really trying to keep the inning alive for the Woodchucks with the pin, and he does indeed make the grab. That's a 1-2-3 inning for Tanner Johnson on the pitching mound, and it means that the Woodchucks are still up 5-2 into the bottom of the 5th here from Rockford, Illinois.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet, track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan, offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just one line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
Brock Turkington has come out of the game after 2 full innings, allowing only 1 hit, 2 walks, 1 strikeout, and allowing no runs. As coming in is the soon-to-be St. Cloud State product and the former Bryant Stratton College Bobcat in Wisconsin. It's Isaiah Piscitello, the native of Wausau, Wisconsin, staying local and playing with his Chucks this summer. He's making his 5th overall appearance with the Woodchucks, the right-hander. He comes with an ERA of 8.59, a 2.05 walks and hits per innings pitched rate, has 7 1/3 under his belt in 4 appearances. He struck out 9, has allowed 9 hits, 9 runs, 7 earned, has walked 6, and has an opposing batting average of .321. Piscitello, mostly a fastball, slider, changeup type pitcher. And he's first facing off against the left-handed batting Bennett Eltoft. Eltoft 0 for 2 so far as Piscitello misses outside on his first pitch. And the 1-0 is a fastball that's hit into right field by Eltoft, and Jake Baker is under it for out number 1. Here to start off the bottom of the 5th. As that's the first fly ball Jake Baker's had to go after. And that first out brings up the righty-righty matchup for Piscitello against Nick DeMarco. First pitch off speed. It's a ground ball. It's to McFarland at third. And that is 2 quick outs for Isaiah Piscitello on the mound. Nick DeMarco throwing out on the 5-3. As Piscitello's looking for a 1-2-3 in his first inning of work here tonight. Isaiah Piscitello coming in for the first time since July 16th on Sunday in Green Bay. As his first pitch, breaking ball in there for strike 1 to R.J. Carver. He came for 2 innings of work against the Rockers, only allowed 1 run, was earned. No hits, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout for Piscitello. And 8 batters faced in 2 innings. So now it's 1-1 to R.J. Carver, the newest Rockford Rivet, who's making it. Piscitello's second stint in the Northwoods League, played with the Duluth Huskies last year, the eventual runner-up in the league, falling to the Kalamazoo Growlers. And swinging through The breaking ball is Carver, and the count is full. Piscitello looking for a 1-2-3 while Carver's looking to keep the inning alive for his Rivets. Piscitello, payoff pitch. And just staying alive with it on the 3-2 is Carver. Full count as Piscitello looks to get out of the inning. Payoff again. And that one clips the low outside corner on the breaking ball, and Piscitello picks up his first strikeout. It's a punch out of R.J. Carver, and that is going to do it for the fifth. He goes 1-2-3, and the Woodchucks hold a 5-2 lead into the sixth inning. You're listening to Woodchucks Baseball on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But one person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of one.
To buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com. It's going to be Evan Funkhauser leading off the inning as Tanner Johnson is still out there for the Rockford Rivets. Already with 2 1/3 of innings work under his belt. And he is now into the third full inning of work as Funkhauser tried to put a bunt down at first, but instead pulls it back as the off-speed pitch by Johnson was high. The 1-0 to Funkhauser is a ground ball down the third base line that goes foul. So now it's 1-1. Fun fact, Rockford, Illinois, about just an hour west of my hometown, Park Ridge, Illinois. At least where I've spent my high school years. I'm originally from Chicago, Illinois, which is about 90 minutes west of here, or east of here in Rockford. As Funkhauser fouls off the 2-1, it's now 2-2. So here in Rockford is somewhat close to home for me, probably the closest Northwoods League team there is to home. It's either that or the Kenosha Kingfish, one of the two. 2-2, and that's taken high by Funkhauser. The count is full as Funkhauser looks to get on base for the first time in his Northwoods League career and as a Woodchuck. Payoff pitch from Johnson, and Funkhauser skies it into right. Braden Duhan is under it, and he corrals it for out number 1 here in the 6th inning. So now it's Dalton Pearson who is up for the 4th time. Yes, Pearson is 1 for 2. He was walked in his first time up against Tanner Johnson and takes the first pitch, strike one. That hit the low outside corner. Right-handed batting Dalton Pearson, who hits one in the air, and it goes foul. Heads on out of this ballpark, in fact. First time here at Rockford Rivets Stadium since 2021 for the Woodchucks as Pearson is lined into the glove of Matt Mebben. And that is out number 2 here in the 6th as Pearson now is 1 for 3 with those 2 runs. Well hit ball off the bat, it looked like. As now Anthony McFarland will look to avoid a 1-2-3. And he is 0 for 2 with that hit by pitch and a run he had in the first inning. He's putting a bunt down. It's down the third base line. And it's a good play by Matt Mebben. You just got to give your tip of the cap to that one. That was a fantastic play by the Rivet third baseman. He read it off the bat perfectly. And McFarland tried to reach on a bunt single, but he fails. That is a 1-2-3 inning here in the 6th. And the Woodchucks have only seen 6 batters in the last 2 innings combined as Pichatello is heading back out there for the bottom of the 6th. And we'll be back then on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet, track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan. Offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just one line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
Isaiah Pichatello is facing off against Matt Mebben to lead off the 6th inning, and Mebben has seen only his second strike in 2 at-bats as Pichatello hits the strike zone. He was walked in his last at-bat that came back in the 3rd, and he is 0 for 0 still without a record at-bat as he's been walked twice. Pichatello misses low on the breaking ball, and the Woodchucks are looking for their first win here since 2021 when they won 9-6 here back on July 11th of 2021. They split that 2-game set last time they came around these neck of the woods here in north central Illinois. But pretty much just about a 3-hour shot south for the Woodchucks down here to Rockford. Little over that, but nothing too crazy. As the count is 2-2 to Matt Mebben. As Pichatello looks to retire a 4th batter face now. And the right-handers 2-2 is low for ball 3. I don't even think Mebben swung his bat once yet. The South Georgia State College product, Matt Mebben. Payoff pitch from Piscitello misses low, and that is a third walk for Matt Mebben. Mebben has been walked for the 26th, 27th, and 28th times in this game, as now the leadoff man aboard here in the 6th for Rockford, who is trailing 5-2 to the Woodchucks. Have not scored since their 2-run frame in the second. Thought they were going to in the last inning, but instead the runner's interference kept Jace Reinhardt. That was in the 4th, rather. The runner's interference kept Jace Reinhardt at third, as fouling off the first pitch he sees is Wyatt Morgan is up for the 3rd time as well. He's 0 for 1 with that walk he had in the second. Wyatt Morgan now playing his 11th game as a Rockford Rivet. And Piscitello, the 0-1, is way inside on the fastball. Piscitello usually upper 80s numbers with his fastball. As the 1-1 with Mebben still at first base. As swinging through the breaking ball on the slider was Wyatt Morgan, and Piscitello has him down 1-2. The Rivets, like mentioned a couple times already, winners of the last 4 games. Woodchucks trying to break that winning streak, as Piscitello throws the 1-2 that just misses the high outside corner. I'm going to assume that they're going to want Piscitello to go at least the rest of this inning and maybe into the 7th. Piscitello checks back to first on the 2-2, gets away from Brigham. Mebben is a guy who has 7 stolen bases on the season. He can play the corners in the infield, first base and third base. And funny enough, he actually came in to pitch in the first game that the Woodchucks played the Rivets in. Came in for the final third of that 8th inning, that 8-run 8th inning for the Woodchucks in that game against the Rivets. And funny enough, he actually threw a knuckleball in that appearance. I remember seeing on the pitch, it was like upper 50s, low 60s, something like that. And the Woodchucks player saying it was a knuckleball he threw. That's a 2-2 that's hit into right center field by Wyatt Morgan. And it's off the warning track. Coming home is Mebben. And that is an RBI double for Wyatt Morgan. And with no outs, the Rivets are a run closer to making this game even more interesting, as it's now 5-3. Wyatt Morgan picks up his 3rd double of the season and his 7th RBI. And that brings up Jace Reinhardt. No double play ball in effect with no outs. As it looks like getting loose now in the Woodchucks bullpen is Tyler Mayfield. That's a ground ball. It's down the third base line and foul by Reinhardt. Reinhardt, who also doubled in his last at-bat. That was the leadoff double that started the 4th. That was only the 2nd hit of the game. So both hits so far for the Rivets are doubles, as that one gets away from McGann, and easily getting to third base is Wyatt Morgan. Wild pitch from Piscitello puts the Rivet second baseman at third base. In this 52nd game of the season for the Wausau Woodchucks. 28-23 coming into it, 8-8 in the second half behind first place Madison. as the Mallards playing the Green Bay Rockers, and the Rockers took down the Mallards tonight 3-2, so some help by the Rockers taking down the Mallards tonight, making the race for the second half crown a little bit more tight. Mallards now 10-7, so if the Woodchucks can find a way to get to 9-8, they'll only be one game back of the Mallards into tomorrow. And the Woodchucks still play 5 games against Madison after the All-Star break. As Pichatello misses low on the fastball, it's now a 2-2 count to Jace Reinhardt. So 2-2 from the right-hander of St. Cloud State, and his curveball misses high. It's now a full count between Pichatello and Reinhardt as he looks to avoid walking the second batter in the inning. He went 1-2-3 in the 5th. Rockford has put up their first run since the second already and are 90 feet away from putting up a second. Payoff pitch, Pichatello, and it's outside. That's his second walk of the inning. Runners now on the corners with no outs. As McGann is going to head out there, and he'll be joined by Ross Davis, the pitching coach. So Ross Davis talking it over with the right-hander of St. Cloud State University in Minnesota. Pichatello, the soon-to-be St. Cloud State product, that is. Transferring from Bryant and Stratton in Wisconsin to St. Cloud State, which is Division II for baseball. And he's now facing off against the 9-hitter, the left-handed batting Khalil Walker, who is still without a record at bat. He has been walked and hit by a pitch. And he's got runners on the corners. He's putting a bunt down, and it will go foul. If he put that bunt down the first base line, probably coming home would be Wyatt Morgan and being in safely. And if you're the Rivets, you would trade a run for an out any day of the week. Tyler Mayfield, the right-hander from Emmanuel College in Georgia, is getting loose in the bullpen for the Woodchucks. As Pichatello goes with the breaking ball, it misses high. Khalil Walker. 1-1 count. And he does put the bunt down. It's a good one. And he's going to be... He won't be safe at first base. He's put out. But they do trade the out for the run as they score their second run of the inning. And it's now 5-4. So the sacrifice bunt brings in an RBI, scores Wyatt Morgan, and that takes us back to the top of the order. It's now 5-4 Woodchucks. Rockford 2 runs here in the 6th, and there's still only 1 out with the tying run at second base in Jace Reinhardt. Duhan is 0 for 3. And the first pitch, curveball from Pichatello, drops in for strike 1. Oh, 1 from the right-hander. Duhan lets it go outside on the off-speed. Duhan has been struck out, has popped out, and then was put out at first base due to that runner's interference by Khalil Walker in the 4th. Pichatello 1-1 to Duhan is outside on the breaking ball. Two 1 now. As Pichatello is hoping to pick up a second out in the inning against the Northwoods League All-Star Braden Duhan. That's a high fastball. Piscitello. Three-one count to Duhan, who is looking to reach base for the first time in the game. And Piscitello misses high. That is a 5-pitch walk to Duhan. Runners now on first and second with one out. As Brock Moss is heading out to the pitching mound. And Tyler Mayfield will be coming into the game as a pitcher. We'll introduce him when we come back. But it is 5-4 Woodchucks, and the Rivets are threatening with runners on first and second with only one out.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But one person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of one.
To buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com. Tyler Mayfield has entered the game for the Woodchucks. The Kathleen, Georgia native by way of Emmanuel College in Georgia. Graduate senior who's making his fourth appearance with the Woodchucks. 0-1 record, one save. That came against the Green Bay Rockers in the extra inning win on this past Saturday night, 4-3. Has a 10.13 ERA, a 2.25 walks and hits per innings pitch rate, and 2 2/3 innings of work. Has thrown one strikeout, only one hit, has 3 runs all earned, has walked 5, and has an opposing batting average of 125. And the submarine-style throwing Mayfield is first facing off against Dustin Allen here in the 6th. And he inherits 2 base runners from Piscitello, who went 1 1/3, allowing 1 hit, 3 walks, 1 strikeout. The Rivets only have 2 hits, but have 4 runs because of the fact that Woodchucks have thrown a combined 9 walks so far. Walks have been a killer for Wausau lately, as this one is hit into the glove of Funkhauser at second base, and he is able to get out. Dustin Allen at first base. Fantastic play from Evan Funkhauser. Does not allow either runner to score. They just advance the base. So the great sliding play by Funkhauser only allows Duhan to go to second and Reinhardt to go to third. As now with 2 outs comes Bennett Eltott. The Southern Illinois University product Eltott, who is 0 for 3 in the game and has a chance to possibly put the Rivets in front with a hit. 1-0 from Mayfield in a righty-lefty matchup. Inside fastball or that clipped the inner half of the strike zone, I should say, for strike one. 1-1 count between Mayfield and Eltoff. Mayfield looking to come in and get the one out he needs. He was pretty much the closer for Emmanuel College this past spring as his breaking ball drops in for strike two. Imagine the breaking ball just looks so awkward coming off the hand, especially of a submarine style thrower. Maybe not as much to lefties, but definitely to righties. Mayfield 1-2 to Eltoft. High and inside on the fastball. Two. Mayfield. It's a low breaking ball, and that makes the count full. Eltoff looking to reach base for the first time in the game with designated hitter for the Rivets tonight. 2 runners in scoring position for Eltoft. And the payoff pitch from Mayfield is inside. And that actually clipped the elbow of Eltoft. So it was a hit by pitch, ball 4, whatever you want to call it. Eltoft is on base for the first time. And that makes the bases loaded for the Rivets. And now it's Nick DeMarco with bases loaded in a righty-righty matchup as the off-speed pitch by Mayfield clips the strike zone for strike 1. DeMarco in the game is 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch. As Mayfield is looking to leave base runners stranded. Bases loaded. Or bases loaded stranded, I should say. 1-1 to Nick DeMarco. Still only 2 hits on the board for the Rivets. As Mayfield misses low. And the count is 2-1. The Woodchucks have allowed 9 walks, like I mentioned. As Mayfield finds the strike zone on the 2-1. Sean McKinney behind the plate, saying that one clipped the low outside corner. 2-2. Big spot in this game. And swinging and missing is Nick DeMarco. Mayfield picks up a big strikeout. Only his second strikeout of the season. And that leaves Rockford with bases loaded stranded, but they do add 2. And we have ourselves a great game heading into the latter part of the contest. It's 5-4 Woodchucks into the 7th here from Rockford Stadium.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But one person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of one.
To buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
5-4 game into the 7th inning of baseball here from Rockford Stadium. As it is still Tanner Johnson out there into his now 4th inning of work. He has gone 3 1/3 so far. As he's first facing off against Brent Witter. And Witter, first time up against Johnson, got the better of him, sent a double off the center field wall. Just missed his first home run of the season. I mean, just missed it. 1-1. Witter takes it outside. 2-1. It'll be Witter, Brigham and McGinnis here for 3-4-5 in the 7th for the Woodchucks as they'll look to recreate some cushion between themselves and the Rivets. And Witter takes the 2-1 high and outside from Johnson. We do got a right-hander warming up in the pen for Rockford. And Witter takes the 3-1 on the outer half of the strike zone. The count is now full between himself and Tanner Johnson. Here's the payoff. Tanner Johnson, and Witter swings this one on a pole. And that goes into the stands along left field. Witter got under that one. We'll try the 3-2 once again. Johnson, and Witter stays alive another time. Back-to-back fouled off balls by Witter, who coming into the at-bat already has 2 hits on the game. His 37th and 38th hits, nearing the 40-hit club on the Woodchucks. The next 2 will put him in that club. 3-2 for a third time, and it's taken just high on the curveball. Witter works a walk, and he is the leadoff man aboard here in the 7th. As that brings up Colin Brigham for a 4th time. He's 0 for 2 with a walk and a run so far. Multi-hit game yesterday against Battle Creek for Brigham. And Brigham hits one into deep right center field. It's off the wall. Witter is going to be sent home. It's going to be a close play at the plate, but Witter's safe. As the catcher, Jace Reinhardt, could not corral the ball and lay a tag down. Witter comes all the way from first on the RBI double by Colin Brigham. 12th double of the season for the 6'6" first baseman, who makes swinging a baseball bat look simple. That's also RBI number 27 on the season for Colin Brigham, and that hit is going to draw Tanner Johnson out of the ball game. It's now 6-4 Woodchucks. And it'll be a new pitcher in the game for the Rivets when we come back here on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet, track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan, offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just one line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
Tanner Johnson goes 3 into third plus. Only allows 2 hits. Walked a couple, struck out 1, but allowed 2 runs. And the most recent coming off the bat of Colin Brigham, his RBI double that went off the wall in right center field. Brent Witter scoring all the way from first base as coming into the ballgame now is the third pitcher of the game in Ian Delleman, the University of Illinois at Springfield product. By way of LaGrange, Illinois, and he makes Mike McGinnis swing at the first pitch he sees and miss. There's still no outs here with the runner in scoring position. And Colin Brigham as Delleman coming in for just the second time as a rivet. And McGinnis thought about putting a bunt down, but instead takes a strike on the lower part of the strike zone. Just clipped the bottom of it. Delleman has come in for 1 full inning of work so far, allowed 1 hit, struck out 1. And only 4 batters faced. And the 0-2 to McGinnis. That one is low this time, for sure. Second time in the Northwoods League for Delleman. Was at the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders a summer ago, but his first outing came against the Traverse City Pit Spitters a couple of nights ago in the 7-2 win for the Rivets here at Rockford Stadium. 1-2 to McGinnis. Now misses low in the dirt again. Brigham stays right where he is at second base. 1 full inning of work against Traverse City. And now he's coming in for the second time, the 6'3", 215 right-hander. And it's a 2-2 count to Mike McGinnis, who is 1 for 2 so far in the game. As that is a pitch clock violation. That'll be ball 3. So running out of the pitch clock, the 20 seconds expired. As first base umpire Parker Powell caught the fact that the pitch clock ran out. And now the 3-2 to McGinnis is taken low. So because of the pitch clock, that is ball 4. And every time you run out of time as a pitcher, that is counted as a ball. Whenever you run out of time as a hitter, that's counted as a strike. That is the way the pitch clock works, and it is in favor of the Woodchucks in the situation. With no outs, runners are on first and second now as McGinnis reaches for the third time technically in the game. A reach on fielder's choice goes as an 0-1 on your batting average on your scorecard for the game. Has taken the low first pitch, and the at-bat is Andrew Jimenez, ball 1 from the right arm of Ian Delleman. As he deals with a runner in scoring position, a runner at first base. This is on the ground. This could be a double play, but it's mishandled and dropped at second base by Nick DeMarco. Was mishandled by Wyatt Morgan at second, and then dropping it, trying to get the put of McGinnis at second, was Nick DeMarco. So that is a hit for Andrew Jimenez, an error that keeps Mike McGinnis on the base path. Second error of the game for the Rockford Rivets. Bases are now loaded with no outs here in the 7th. I'll have to double check and see later on what that gets scored as. If that goes down as a hit, actually, or if it goes down as a fielder's choice. for Jimenez. But that'll be Jake Baker coming to the plate now with bases loaded. As the 1-1 to Baker is taken on the off-speed pitch. Right down the middle. 1-2 to the Kansas Jayhawk, who was looking to pick up more RBIs. Already has 2. Last time he had bases loaded, he came through with an RBI single. 2 RBI single at that. And the 1-2, Baker takes it inside on the breaking ball. So now the 2-2 to Jake Baker. Delleman makes Baker swing through it, and that is strike number 3. First strikeout and first out picked up by Delleman. As the Woodchucks are looking to score more than just 1 already in this frame. It was the RBI double by Colin Brigham, scoring Brent Witter. Brigham now at third with McGinnis behind him at second and Jimenez at first base. Matt McGann coming to the plate. And McGann hits one into shallow left field. That's dropping. As coming home is Brigham. Staying at third will be McGinnis. That's an RBI single for Matt McGann. 7-4 Chucks. And that is the 10th hit of the game. Matt McGann second. Bases stay loaded for Evan Funkhauser as he swings through the fastball for strike 1. Funkhauser's 0 for 3, but has had 3 very solid at-bats. Just has not found a way to take full advantage of staying alive in either one. Disengagement as stepping off the mound is Delleman. 0-1. And that one clips the outer half of the strike zone for strike 2 on the off-speed pitch. Changeup from Delleman. He's looking for out number 2 here in the inning. 7 runs, 10 hits, no errors for the Rivets. 4 runs, 2 hits, 2 errors for the Rivets rather, as Funkhauser swings and misses. That's back-to-back strikeouts. Or 2 strikeouts in 3 hitters, I should say. For Funkhauser, McGann broke that. But now coming up with bases loaded and 2 outs is a guy you're not bummed out to have at the plate at all. It's Dalton Pearson. And the Woodchucks are going through the order for the 5th time now in the game. But I'll try that again. 7 runs, 10 hits, no errors for the Woodchucks. 4 runs, 2 hits, 2 errors for the Rivets. As Pearson takes high on the off-speed. Ball 1. Pearson in the game is 1 for 3. And then was walked as well in the 4th. Has scored a couple runs as well. And the 1-0 is also taken high. The curveball by Delleman. As the Woodchucks are looking to add more than just 2 here in the 7th inning. With bases loaded. Pearson takes the 2-0 on the lower half of the zone. And it is now a 2-1 count between Delleman and Pearson. And Pearson takes the 2-1, and that hit the inner half of the strike zone. Pearson tried to step away from the batter's box, but not buying it was Sean McKinney. So now 2-2 as Sean McKinney looks to get, or Delleman looks to get out of the inning, and Pearson will swing through it, and the drop third is not in effect because of the fact first base was occupied. So that is a third strikeout as Delleman strikes out the side and strikes out Pearson to end the third, or end the seventh. But the Woodchucks put up another two and answer the two scored by the Rivets in their half of the sixth. It's 7-4 Wausau into the bottom of the seventh. Time to stretch it out here at Rockford Stadium.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But one person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of one.
To buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com. It's still Tyler Mayfield out there for the Woodchucks, as he's first facing off against R.J. Carver. And this one is hit into center field, and making the diving grab is Dalton Pearson. Slid into it, made it look fancy. And he picks up the first out here. And inning number 7, the bottom half of it. Is now coming out for a fourth time, but still without a recorded at-bat, as he's been walked 3 times, is Matt Mebben. He's also scored a couple of runs as well. And Mebben takes outside. I feel like I've said that a lot already in this game. 1-0 count. And now it's 2-0, as that one missed the plate from Mayfield. Hit the dirt early. And now it's already 2-0 to Mebben. And Mayfield still can't find his spot, so it's a 3-0 count to Mebben. And he's 1 ball away from walking. When he's only been thrown, I believe, not even 3 strikes. I think he's had 2 strikes thrown to him. There's no reason to even think about swinging. And he thought he had a 4th walk right there, but instead Mayfield finds the strike zone on the 3-0. I don't even know if you swing here, the 3-1. But Mayfield will try the pitch. And that one is in there in the exact same spot for strike 2. So now the count is full to Mebben, the third baseman from South Georgia State College. Mayfield payoff. And Mebben swings through it. He is retired for the first time. And it's 2 up, 2 down here in the 7th. As Tyler Mayfield will look for a 1-2-3 inning against the Missouri Southern State University product, Wyatt Morgan, who hit the RBI double in the 6th to start the 2-run frame for the Rivets. Mayfield first pitch is low. Now 2 strikeouts for Tyler Mayfield. As taking the 1-0 is Morgan. It's now 2-0. Morgan 1 for 2, was also walked and has scored a run. Scored the first of 2, or the second of 2 in the 6th. As the 2-0 misses outside from Mayfield, and the count is 3-0. And Mayfield does not find his spot in any of those 4 pitches. That is a walk. And now the 10th combined walk of the Woodchucks pitching staff. The Rivets still only with 2 hits. As Mayfield now facing off against Jace Reinhardt. He's batting for the 2nd time in the same amount of innings. And Reinhardt has yet to be retired either. He is still without a record at bat. He's been walked twice and hit by a pitch. And he puts one on the ground. And it's going to be an easy play between Funkhauser and Witter at second base. It's a putout of Morgan. And that will do it for the bottom of the 7th. The Woodchucks stay on top 7-4 as we head into the final, second to last frame here tonight. It's the 8th inning when we come back on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet, track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan. Offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just 1 line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
It's time for the 8th inning here. Will Charlton with you on the Woodchucks Baseball Network, and we are looking to close this one out. The Woodchucks searching for their first win since 2021 here at Rockford Stadium, a place where they haven't been since 2021, and the last time they played here it was the 9-6 win over the Rivets in 2021. As McFarland leads off the 8th inning against Ian Delleman. And McFarland fouls off the 2-1. And the count is 2-2. Delleman goes high with the fastball. And now the count is full. Delleman, payoff pitch to McFarland, and the leadoff man is aboard for the Woodchucks here in the 8th. McFarland walks. As now we are going to have a pitching mound visit. Jake Lotz, the pitching coach for the Rockford Rivets, going out there to talk it over with Delleman before Brent Witter comes to the plate. Witter, who is having himself a very nice game so far. Another multi-hit game for the Evansville Ace. Singled in the first, doubled in the fourth. And was walked in his last at-bat in the seventh. One of two final batters faced for Tanner Johnson before being pulled. As Witter is facing off first for the first time against Ian Delleman. And Witter hits the first pitch he sees foul down the third base line. It goes into left field. Righty-righty matchup for Brent Witter. And the 0-1 from Delleman. Witter is behind it. Witter, like mentioned, now at 38 hits on the season. Picked up his 8th double and 18th RBI. A lot of 8s across the board picked up tonight by Brent Witter. But the 0-2 from Delleman. And it's taken low and inside on the off-speed pitch. Now the 1-2. It's taken low and inside again. As Delleman the next out will match the season high pitching wise, as getting a big jump at first base was McFarland, but he's going to have to retreat back quickly, as that was a fly ball hit into center field by Witter. As it looked like McFarland was trying to get a big jump on that pitch, and Witter flies out for out number 1 here in the 8th. It was caught by Dustin Allen in center field. As that brings up Colin Brigham. Last time he had a runner at first base, he scored. Brigham hit a double off the wall. That was the last batter faced for Tanner Johnson, as Brigham is through the first pitch curveball. From Delleman. With 1 out here in the top of the 8th inning. 0-1. And that one gets away from Reinhardt behind the plate, as McFarland is going to advance easily to second base. Pretty big backstop here at Rockford Rivets Stadium. So now no double play ball in effect with only 1 out, as the Woodchucks have the 8th run at second base currently, with Brigham, a guy's more than capable of scoring, McFarland. And Brigham hits one into center field. Tagging up is going to be McFarland. He's going to be into third safely. Brigham, well hit ball. Just didn't get enough on it. As that's back-to-back flyouts to Dustin Allen in center field, with Mike McGinnis coming to the plate. McGinnis is 1 for 3 with a reach on fielder's choice, a run, and a walk. And McGinnis is lined into the glove of R.J. Carver. Tried to hit an RBI single into right field, but just missed it as Carver came over from first base to make the grab. And the Woodchucks are held scoreless with a runner at third base here in the 8th. It's 7-4 Wausau, as they are back out on defense when we come back for the bottom of the 8th.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet, track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan. Offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just one line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
Tyler Mayfield is done after an inning and 2/3 of work. Not allowing a hit, only one walk allowed, 2 strikeouts, and no runs. As coming into the game is all-star reliever Cole Henschel. And Henschel forces a ground ball by Walker. It's right to Colin Brigham off the first pitch thrown by the left-hander, the Richmond Spider from Pine Bush, New York. And Henschel, that is not a bad way to start your night. Quick first out as Khalil Walker grounds it into the glove of Brigham. Cole Henschel coming in for the 10th time as a Woodchuck. He is 2-1, picking up the win against the Green Bay Rockers last Saturday night, where he went 3 1/3 innings. And we'll talk about that outing in just a second. He has 2 saves, a 4.26 earned run average, a 1.5 walks and hits per innings pitch rate. Has gone 12 2/3 full on, or 12 2/3 of work on the mound. Has struck out 21, allowed 8 hits, 6 runs all earned, has walked 11, and has a 182 opposing batting average. 1-0 to Braden Duhan as Henschel delivers the fastball right down the middle for strike one. A hard-throwing left-hander, Cole Henschel, who was recently named to the All-Star game. A late addition as Duhan fouls off the 1-1. And Henschel looking for a quick out number 2 here in the 8th. He is coming into a save situation, by the way, but it looks like he probably won't be the one to finish the game, as there is someone warming up in the pen. It looks like it's actually Christian Mitchell warming up in the bullpen. He is a two-way pitcher, or two-way player, so I'm not surprised to see that. But that'd be the first time he comes out to pitch. But Henschel, that 3 1/3 against Green Bay, no hits, no runs, 1 walk and 4 strikeouts in 11 batters faced. That included striking out the side in 1-2-3 fashion in the 8th against the Rockers. That 4-3 win for Wassa, as Duhan puts this one right back on the ground to Henschel. He's got to make a quick trigger on it, and he does not have it to bring him in at first base. Duhan beats it out, and that is an infield single for Braden Duhan. So Duhan picks up his first hit, and Henschel only allows his 9th in 10 appearances. As it looks like Henschel and Matt McGann are trying to figure out why that was called safe, I assume. But yeah, getting warmed up on the pitching mound is Christian Mitchell. We've only seen in the infield so far for the Woodchucks. So it looks like Cole Henschel might just go the 8th here. As now he's facing off against the UC San Diego man, Dustin Allen. And Allen is 0 for 4 in the game. 1-0 from Henschel, who in back-to-back outings have picked up a win and a save. Fastball strike 1 to Allen. Lefty-lefty matchup. One. And nearly swinging at the off-speed pitch, but holding back was Allen. So now it'll be 2-1. And Allen is through the fastball. Henschel is usually fastball, curveball, slider, changeup. But mostly fastball, slider. Here's where we could see the slider right here, 2-2. We don't. It's a fastball, and it is swung through by Allen. That is a strikeout for Cole Henschel. Strikeout number 22 of the season for the left-hander. And that is out number 2 here in the 8th, as Henschel is looking for one more to get out of the 8th inning here. As now that brings up Bennett Eltoft. Duhan still at first base as Eltoft takes first pitch fastball low for ball 1. Eltoft reached base for the first time of a hit by pitch in his last at-bat. That came against Tyler Mayfield. As the 1-0 is a fastball for strike 1 from Henschel. First time since July 4th, he's facing off against a non-team called the Green Bay Rockers. His last 2 outings have came against those Rockers of Ashwaubenon. But both those have gone pretty well for Henschel. Combined 7 strikeouts in those 4 2/3 pitched against Green Bay. And it's a 2-1 now to Eltoft. And make that 2-2 as Eltoft swings through the lower 90s fastball. Cole Henschel usually 90-91 with his fastball. And Henschel, the 2-2 to Eltoft. Fastball that hits the lower part of the strike zone. And being punched out is Eltoft. Henschel picks up a couple back-to-back. This one a punch-out. And those 2 fans takes us into the 9th inning where the Woodchucks are looking for their first win since 2021 here in Rockford. I make that sound like it's a bad thing, but the last time they played here, they did win. So looking for back-to-back wins here at Rivets Stadium, I guess you could say, when we come back on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, you know, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
Over 600,000 Americans are projected to die of cancer this year. 250,000 will likely battle muscular dystrophy. 5,000 may be diagnosed with ALS. But one person can become the difference. All it takes is you to help researchers improve the health of Wisconsinites by participating in the All of Us research program. Join today to feel the power of one.
To buy your own Woodchucks merchandise, visit the Woodshed at Athletic Park, or you can visit our website, www.woodchucks.com. The Woodchucks are looking for some insurance before they'll try and close this one out. As leading off the top of the ninth will be Andrew Jimenez. And he's facing off against the new pitcher for the Rockford Rivets, Bo Kaufman, the South Carolina upstate product from Louisville, Kentucky. As swinging and missing at the 0-1 is Jimenez. He's now down 0-2. Kaufman looking to strike out or get out the first batter face. And striking him out is possible, down 0-2, of course. Jimenez will stay alive for another pitch as his fastball is in the dirt, is Kaufman. Ian Delman allowed 1 hit, 1 run in his outing. That was his second outing as a Rivet. And the 1-2 to Jimenez is just outside. Nearing 3 hours of game time here tonight. As the 2-2 to Jimenez. And he takes it low on the breaking ball. That looked like it was coming right for the strike zone, then just dropped off at the last second. Kaufman coming in for the 6th time as a Rockford Rivet. Comes in with an ERA of 3.86. 9 1/3 innings of work as working a walk after being down the count 0-2. Taking 4 straight balls is Andrew Jimenez. Well done by the UW Milwaukee Panther. Kaufman just allowed his 5th walk in now 6 appearances. His whip rate coming into this game was 1.18, and his opposing batting average was 206. 9 1/3 innings of work coming into tonight. 7 hits, 4 runs all earned, 7 strikeouts, and 4 walks, now 5. As Jake Baker is up for the 5th time. And a good sliding stop by Jace Reinhardt behind the plate to make sure that ball does not get by him and allow Jimenez to get to second base. Baker is 1 for 4. That 2 RBI single he had in the 3rd being the biggest plate appearance of his day, of course, naturally, as he takes strike 1 on the fastball. Baker, the 6'4" Kansas Jayhawk. As he swings through the 1-1. It's now 1-2. Baker, who came into this game with 17 hits, now at 18. And also now at 10 and 11 RBIs on the season. As Jake Baker is going to be called out on a strikeout because of a pitch clock violation. He did not step into the batter's box before the 8-second mark. And he ran out of time to get ready. That is strike 3, and that is a strikeout. Jake Baker is out number 1 here in the 9th. So pitch clock violation is strikeout. And that brings up Matt McGann, who has 2 hits on the night. They're both singles, but his last at bat in the 7th was an RBI single. He takes first pitch fastball. Strike 1 from Kaufman. Make hit, and that one is hit into right center by McGann, but is caught on a nice line by Dustin Allen. He tracked that one really well. McGann tried to split the gap in right center, but instead it falls into the glove of the Rivets center fielder, and that's out number 2 now. As still at first base is Andrew Jimenez with Evan Funkhauser coming to the plate. Funkhauser is 0 for 4, and he's looking to keep the 9th inning going for the Woodchucks on offense. As he puts a bunt down, but it's going to go foul. The newest addition, Funkhauser for Wausau. As the 0-1. And it's taken on an off-speed pitch for 0-2. As Funkhauser is looking to stay alive. And the 0-2 is fouled off as Funkhauser stays alive. He had a very nice season this past year. I know we talked about earlier, but he had a nice season this past year with St. Charles Community College at the JUCO level. 30 hits in 48 games played. Not too bad for Funkhauser. Can he keep the inning going? The 0-2 once again, but he swings and misses. And that'll be out number 3 here in the 9th. Kaufman gets the 3 outs he needs. And now the Woodchucks will be looking to close this game out. Cole Henschel heading back out there, as Wausau needs 3 outs to win what you would call back-to-back games at Rockford Rivets Stadium. We'll be back for the bottom of the 9th on the Woodchucks Baseball Network.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet, track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan, offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just 1 line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
The Woodchucks are 10-14 on the road and are 3 outs away from winning their 11th game away from Athletic Park this season. As Cole Henschel is out there still to start off the 9th inning, and he's first facing off against Nick DeMarco, one of the other All-Stars on this team for Rockford. The Woodchucks are also looking to win each first game of the 2-game sets this season against Rockford, and also stop this 4-game win streak that the Rivets have been on these last 4 days. Henschel 0-1 to DeMarco, and it's fouled off for strike 2. Henschel picked up 2 strikeouts in the 8th and is looking for a third save of the season. One of the better bullpen arms for the Woodchucks. Henschel, 0-2 to DeMarco. High and outside on the fastball. Still warming up in the pen is Christian Mitchell. But Henschel wants to do it himself. 1-2, and DeMarco just stays alive on the fastball. Henschel is looking to make it 3 straight appearances, either picking up a win or a save. At 3 1/3 appearance being by far his longest of the season. 1-2 again. Taken high and a little outside. 2-2 to Nick DeMarco, who is 0 for 3 with a hit by pitch and a stolen base in the game. Henschel, 2-2. And he misses on the fastball. It's now a full count between Henschel and DeMarco. And honestly, the last thing you really want to do is give up the leading or the first base runner. Payoff pitch. Henschel delivers. And it's low in the dirt. That is a walk. DeMarco works it back up. Yeah, it's going to be a pinch hitter for the Rockford Rivets. It's David Bishop, the Texas Christian Horned Frog from Marietta, Georgia. And Henschel has missed again on the fastball. One 0 to David Bishop. And Henschel finds the top of the zone as David Bishop swings through it. He's now playing in his 13th game as a Rivet, batting .388. The right-handed batting David Bishop, 19 hits on the season in only 12 games coming into this at-bat tonight. 3 doubles, 3 RBIs. 1-1 from Henschel, and that one is hit in the air into right field. It's skied. Jake Baker is waiting for it, and he has it for out number 1. So the pinch hit does not work in the favor of Rockford. As now with 1 out comes Matt Mebin. And Henschel is 1 ground ball away potentially from sealing the deal. High first fastball to Matt Mebin, who was 0 for 1 with 3 walks and 2 runs. That is a really odd stat line. Henschel, 1-0. And Mebin hits this one on the line to left field. It's caught by Mike McGinnis. That one looked a lot more hard hit than it actually was, as McGinnis didn't even really move for it. Just kind of went right into his glove on a line. And that is out number 2 here in the 9th, as Henschel is 1 out away from a third save. As now it's going to be a lefty-lefty matchup as Henschel looks to shut this door and win game 1 of this 2-game set for the Woodchucks. And coming to the plate is Wyatt Morgan. Henschel first pitch fastball. Strike 1 to Morgan, who has doubled in this game tonight. Henschel misses low, and it's 1-1. Woodchucks just need 1 more out to take game 1 of this 2-game set. Henschel, 1-1, is fouled off by Morgan. In fact, it might have hit his hand, too. But his bat did come around. As field manager Vinny Tornicasa is trying to argue that he did not come around with his bat. And now they're going to check him out to make sure his hand is all right. And now they will retreat, as it'll be a 1-2 count between Henschel and Wyatt Morgan. Henschel looking to shut the door. 1-2. And the fastball just misses low. I don't think it can miss any closer to the lower half of the strike zone than that. 2-2 as Morgan is looking to keep the game alive, and Henschel misses much lower this time. 3-2 to Morgan, who has been walked twice. He is 1 for 2 with that double he had, that RBI double in the 6th. Henschel, payoff delivery. And that one just misses low again. That is two very controversial pitches in that at-bat. As Henschel is not able to shut the door. And now they're going to be asking Christian Mitchell to come in and get one out on the pitching mound against the right-handed batting Jace Reinhardt. So Henschel allows that walk to Morgan, and that puts runners on first and second. And while Christian Mitchell warms up for his first appearance on the mound this summer as a Woodchuck, we'll step aside for a short break.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
The savings are heating up this summer at Cellcom. Save up to $300 on the top phones from our most iconic brands. Plus, save $150 on all connected tablets, smartwatches, and cameras. Keep kids busy this summer with a tablet. Track your steps with a smartwatch, or monitor your cabin with a camera. Now, unlimited data is more affordable than ever with our single unlimited plan, offering unlimited data for only $29.95 per month for just one line. Visit cellcom.com/save for details.
Oh, that's got her.
Oh, good to have you back in your game.
Yeah, well, you know, I only got cancer. You can tell people that, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Wow. Couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Christian Mitchell is looking to come in and pick up one out. And he'll be facing off against Jace Reinhardt. He has not made an appearance on the pitching mound this season yet for Wausau, but he did pitch a good amount for Central Michigan this past year. as his first pitch is a fastball that misses high. He made 11 appearances on the mound for Central Michigan, 1-0, a 3.18 ERA, 1.06 walks and hits per innings pitch rate, and 17 full on the mound for Central Michigan, including 1 save and 10 strikeouts. 1-0, and he misses low on the fastball this time. Runners are on first and second as Mitchell inherits DeMarco and Morgan from Henschel. And the 2-0. Mitchell, that's strike one. Mitchell had 16 hits in those 11 appearances, 6 runs, all of them being earned, walked only 2, and an opposing batting average of .242. 2-1 is fouled off on the low fastball. He's only being asked to get 1 out to win the Woodchucks this game 1 of this 2-game set. Mitchell, 2-2. And it's taken low in the dirt on the breaking ball. It's been a long one tonight. As Mitchell, payoff pitch to Reinhardt, and that is lined into the glove of Brent Winter, and he threw it over to first anyway, but that is a Wausau winner. Reinhardt lines out, and that is how the Woodchucks get the win. They win at 7-4 and improved to 29-23 on the season, 9-8 in the second half. Rockford's 4-game win streak is over, and the Rivets fall to 11-8 in the second half and 31-22 overall. The Woodchucks take game 1 tonight, 7-4. Make sure to tune back right back here on the Woodchucks Baseball Network for a 6:35 p.m. first pitch tomorrow night, as the Woodchucks will look to go for the sweep of the Rockford Rivets, thanks to back-to-back wins for Wausau. But for tonight, I'm Will Charlton saying goodbye for now. Make sure to come back tomorrow night and go Chucks.